Here is a concrete plan for civil defense. Think about it. This plan could include you, your business, or your equipment. In time of national emergency, water is one of our biggest allies in preventing disaster. Let's see what happens when a city loses its water supply. Vitally important in the hospitals. And it serves the home in many different ways. Fighting a fire would be almost impossible without water. If bombs should drop on your city, the water arteries very probably will be broken, rendering many of the normal peacetime firefighting facilities helpless. What good are these highly trained firemen without water? In this case, water sources can be utilized that are most often found in the outer perimeter of the city. Sources that include lakes, streams, suburban wells, or cisterns. These are your best emergency water sources of supply. When the water systems are disrupted, the problem will be how to get water from a source of supply to the points of vital need. What you really need is many vehicles capable of transporting water in larger quantities. And there is one such vehicle that would lend itself to this type of job. A transit mixed concrete truck. Just what the fireman ordered. Capable of transporting 1,000 gallons of water per trip. These concrete trucks are available in any city. They're always ready to move. Their drivers know the city. And when you dispatch several of these trucks loaded to capacity with water, you have a real water supply available. That could be a beautiful silhouette to a city at the mercy of fire. Concrete trucks are generally located in the fringe areas of the city, which is good insurance against destruction from a bomb blast. Another advantage is that many of the plants have their own water supply, a factor facilitating the emergency transportation of this water. A national alert should give each city several hours to prepare. In this time, the trucks could be loaded and ready to go. However, destruction of the city water mains could curtail the plant's water supply also. If auxiliary water pumps were available, then lakes, streams, wells, and gravel pits become endless sources of vitally needed water. We can't overemphasize the importance of the portable water pump as auxiliary equipment on your truck. With this pump, the source of water is only as far away as the nearest lake or stream. This pump can also be used to fight fires directly. In peacetime as well, these portable pumps might prove their worth in helping to combat fires of smaller origin. Notice how quickly this auxiliary pump was put into action. It's lightweight and gasoline powered. In just a few minutes, this truck will be filled and on its way. If an enemy were to bomb our cities, many different types of fires would start. For purposes of demonstration, let's consider a few of the more common, the kind you might be threatened with someday. A concrete truck in this case is supplying water to be used directly on a fire. Here, an automobile. Here's where the pump comes in handy again. Hoses quickly coupled, and you have an auxiliary fire truck in action. Many fires are best fought with foam. When foam mix is placed in the auxiliary tank of a truck, it can be pumped into the water, creating the foam needed to fight fires caused by such inflammable liquids as gasoline or oil. This driver also has a working knowledge of firefighting. Your drivers should have this training to be able to combat fires of different origin and to know the purpose of different extinguishers. This concrete truck has helped put out a fire with the direct application of water, then a fire best fought with foam. City fire trucks have the necessary equipment to fight extensive fires, providing they have water. The drafting pit method is often used. The idea is to improvise a reservoir when city hydrants are not available or working. By laying a large canvas over a ditch and then filling it with water, concrete trucks can supply the thousands of gallons of water needed to fight such large fires. This demonstration shows a truck supplying water for the drafting pit. Then the driver, using his working knowledge of firefighting to help bring the blaze under control. So you've seen the many different uses to which the concrete truck and driver can be put as a volunteer auxiliary firefighting unit. And there is still another important use. Concrete trucks are washed out at the end of each run and at the end of the day. So this brings up the possibility of using the trucks in another vital role. By additional cleaning and scrubbing, the trucks could haul all-important drinking water. Of course, the water should be chemically treated en route or at its destination before distribution as pure drinking water. Rural water supplies would provide the safest water for human consumption, as certain emergency conditions could mean contaminated city water. Once again, the auxiliary pump proves its worth. Civil defense agencies are preparing strategically located distribution points for food and water. To provide a supply of drinking water for the children, blister bags would be used. Concrete trucks would supply water to schools and to residential districts. If a city's water system failed, blister bags like this would suddenly make their appearance. Many companies may decide to increase the water capacity of their trucks. By constructing lids to cover the mouth of the drum, you would increase the capacity of each truck about 1,500 gallons. Portable emergency equipment is easily carried in the cab of the truck. An axe, making it possible to gain entry to burning buildings. Different types of fire extinguishers, especially those for electrical fires, such as this. A first aid kit, as here the driver applies his knowledge of first aid to save the life of a smoke victim. If you've pictured yourself, your employees, your business, or your equipment as having a place in this vital defense picture, then talk it over with your friends. Get together with your local civil defense leaders and military officials. Tell them of your plans to help. Explain the availability of your equipment, the location of your plant or plants. Determine the perimeter water supplies available, the highways and streets to be used during emergency conditions, the training your employees would need, the communication facilities that would alert your organization for the real thing. In this manner, you will be able to organize a civil defense unit vital to the needs of your community in time of national emergency. After you've talked this over with your employees, the next thing would be for them to register with your local civil defense organization. After this, classes can be organized, or perhaps are available now, to give the men the basic knowledge they'll want. If a driver is delivering water to the scene of a fire, his knowledge in the care of accident victims could save many lives. Classes in first aid, knowing how to treat for burns, shock, and other mishaps. Synonymous with this would be the demonstration of auxiliary equipment, including the pump. The concrete truck has already taken its place as an emergency vehicle and has already been used successfully to help fight forest and brush fires. Its value in peacetime alone would be immeasurable. From a pre-designated storage point, these men are loading portable emergency equipment. The alert system has already been established. Commercial radio stations, in cooperation with civilian and military communications, or maintaining a CONELRAD network for the dissemination of defense instructions to civil defense organizations and the population. You would receive an alert instruction or call for aid from local defense leaders. The information of supply and destination would be given to the dispatcher, who in turn would relay it to the driver. This driver, trained to handle the situation, is off on a vital mission. And so your company, with its fleet of concrete trucks, can play an important and much-needed role in America's civil defense effort.